Alright, it's new bike day. If you can't tell from the title, it's not this bike. One of these, Surron electric motorcycle. That's right, it's the Surron Ultra BX 2025. I'll go through everything that comes in the box, but basically you gotta set the bike up. It's not a whole lot. Most of it's assembled. I'd say like 80% of it's assembled. But basically, you got to put the handlebars on, you got to put the front tire on, you got to put another foot peg on, position the brake levers, that sort of thing. That's about it. Not a big deal. What comes in the box? Well, makes it an official Surron certificate, shows everything that's got, gives you the serial number on there. So it's your Surron official certificate, proof of ownership, right? Basically some paperwork. They'll also give you an extra set of brake pads for the front and back. Apparently you're gonna burn through these pretty fast, so they give you an extra set. You get a toolkit, comes in the box. Just some Allens and a 12 mil and a 14 mil wrench. Not like you're doing a lot of maintenance, but it does come with a kit. And then they give you this. It's basically a jumper cable. It goes up by the breaker inside by the battery. So basically you just put this on to set up different options of the bike. And then they give you a charger. It's 110 volts, 10 amp DC, right? And it's American plug, and it just plugs right into the outlet that goes to the battery. So all this comes in the box, included with your Surron Light BX. And how long does it take to charge? I think it's like 2.5 hours. I also forgot to mention that when it comes from Surron, the tension on the belt, the drive belt, is super tight. So I did adjust that a little bit, but in the video you'll hear it because it's too tight. But I adjusted, put a little slack in there, and now it's super quiet. This 2025 Surron Light BX. This is the green machine. It's exclusive for 2025. I just wanted to show you what it looks like stock, because I'm gonna start stripping it. But this is what you get everything stock wise. 19-inch front wheel. Got some forks. They're not nothing crazy, but it's got some rebound. It's got preload, which is basically compression. Got a headlight. The bars are kind of low. You can tell. It's not real high. It's kind of wide, but got our rear brake right there and our front brake right there. No clutch on it. It's got a controller, tells you your speed and slower mode, and this is sport mode. It's only got 2 modes, slow and fast. You got the key here, USB to charge stuff up if you want. And here's the battery. It is, I forget what it is. I'll put the numbers down below. Charge it here. Plug it in here. It's got a breaker to pull it in and out. How long does it last? I think it's like 45 miles, and I think it does like 40 miles an hour. Yeah, and that green frame is sexy. Got a horn on it. It's not street legal. Basically what makes it up is the controller, the battery, and the motor. Got some pretty thin foot pegs, probably be changing those out. Who was it? Surronster said the more forward it is, the easier it is to wheelie, because you know I want to be wheeling on this bad dog. It's got linkage on the shock. Kind of nice. You can't see it down there, but there's a belt, and the belt drives the motor, turns the crank, which then they use a chain to go back to the wheel. This is an 18-inch rear wheel. So the 2025 comes with a 19-inch front and an 18-inch rear. I'll probably end up going to a 21-inch front, but we'll see what happens. Got a little fender, got a little rear light, license plate holder, we'll be getting rid of that. Now, I just want to show you what it looks like stock, because this is what you get stock. This is what it'll look like, because I'm going to start doing stuff to it. What, I don't know all yet, but this is a look stock-wise what you get. But yeah, you can see the brake line. Runs to the brakes. Not the biggest calipers, but they'll work. Probably be upgrading this stuff eventually. It's nice and clean right now. And the stickers, I'll probably remove the stickers. Yeah, I got a kickstand here. And here's the rear pad and caliper. Not too big, not too crazy. Probably be doing it over. Probably just put the ultras on there, but who knows. I'm gonna run it stock for a little while. Yeah, but that's a look at her. That's what she looks like stock. Now, I think I'll take you for a ride and talk about why I bought this thing and what I'm gonna do with it and how it performs. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And I got another one for sale in the box. Exactly the same, mean green, 2025. So if you're in the Vegas area and you're looking for one, I'd cut you a deal cheaper than you can get them at the dealer, that's for sure. Let's open it up right away. Showing kilometers right there. 78, 80 kilometers, 81. 81 kilometers. So why would I buy something like this? Well, because I want to do wheelies, but I want to get in the electrical game. I'm not getting rid of my Honda. I'm not getting rid of my 4-stroke. I think this is the future. This is going to be everywhere. So why not get in the game now? Getting used to them. That's why I started with the Ultra or the Light BX. Because this is the OG. This is the original, right? This is the original Sur-Ron. This is what started the whole category. So I wanted to get some experience with it. I want to run it, get used to it. This is the one that's modified the most. I think this is the one that most people have. There's a lot of great offerings that are coming out now that are probably better than the Surron, but I went with this because this is where it all started. You know, I'll probably move to bigger ones, Stark Vargs, Ultra Bs. I just wanted to treat this like a bicycle, right? I'm not trying to replace my motorcycle. I'm not trying to make a single track bike. I'm not trying to make an electric dirt bike. I'm just gonna use this for like the road and tooling around Vegas, you know, or like if I go camping or any of these motorcycle rallies, I'll probably bring it with me. Right, get the wheel up a little bit. It's just a way to run around town quietly and move around without being loud, basically. But yeah, I like it. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna start modding it, but stock wise, it's pretty decent. I don't know, put something on the belt and make it not squeal as much. There's definitely gonna need to be some mods, but you know, who knows. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. I like it, and it's fun to move around. I don't know what it gives me, like 40, 45 miles. That's how far I can go, but it's also like, I don't know, it's about 40 miles an hour. You saw it 80 kilometers. But I got this for a wheelie machine because the rear brake is right here. Front brake, rear brake. They're not the greatest brakes, but I'm gonna start using them. And I'm gonna start learning to wheelie this thing. I'm real close to wheeling the way I want on my dirt bike. Like I get up into the balance point and everything. I just not using my brake as much as I would like. I can use my brake, I'm just not using it as much as I would like still on the 450. But one thing, like a 4-stroke, when you get off the throttle, it engine brakes so much that it'll, even if you're past the balance point, getting off the throttle just brings it back down. Where this, like you give it gas and then you let go of the throttle and it has a lot of leftover rolling still. You have like, they call it regeneration. Like you can put power back into the battery, and I think it needs to get run down some before it does that though. It puts power back in the battery. Like you give it gas, let go of the throttle, it's putting power back into the battery. But if the battery's full, it's not doing that. So it'll do what it's doing right here and just run for a while. Even when you set the regeneration on the highest level, it's still not like the engine braking on a 4-stroke. It's a lot less. So if I get up in a wheelie on this and I come off the throttle and it ain't just coming back down, you got to give it some brake. There's a lot more play in my front brake than there is my rear. Because I'll be using this rear brake a lot, and I'm sure I'll upgrade these. I'm not going to get into the mods I'm doing right now. I'm just running around stock at the moment. Yeah, I'm not going to use it like a dirt bike. I'm not going to go trail running. I think it just burns the battery up fast. When you get off in the dirt, just because you're using so much more power, it just takes so much more energy to get anything done. And I'm not trying to do all that. I want something around the street, mess around and move around incognito, because you never know what might be happening in this town. I do want to take it places and fly my drone that, you know, without being so obvious. It's pretty fun. Highly recommend them. Get in the ball game. Everybody's like, oh, it's the least powerful one. Yeah, probably. It's also the lightest one. And I should measure it while I'm stocked just to see what it is. I think it's like 124, 125 pounds though, which is like super light. So you get into the Stark Vargs and all those, and they're like 260 pounds. They're as much as a dirt bike. So see how much Regen, like see how much it just goes. off the throttle. There's hardly any engine braking because I'm what, 95%. I wanted to do a video on it before I loop it out and start tearing it up. There's a whine. That belt's whining a little bit. So yeah, I bought it because I want to get an electric, but also because I want to wheelie it. But I'm afraid I'm going to mess up my wheeling on my little bike, on my big bike, my 450. My 450 really close to the way I want. I get up to the balance point, but I'm afraid it's going to throw off my muscle memory. So I said I wasn't going to start riding wheelies on this for a little while, but I'm already starting to pop it up. Can't resist. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. The suspension is adjustable. It's got some clicks in it. It's probably not like a 450 suspension, but it's definitely smaller. I just got to keep from getting arrested and getting chased for being on the street and everything else. Alright, and then speaking of the devil, there's one right there. It'd be funny if this is the first time I take it out, I get stopped by the cop. Because they're starting to crack down on them. Because all these kids are running around the street and they don't know what the hell they're doing and they're getting killed. And so they gotta like start cracking down on it. How much they'll enforce it, I don't know. I don't think they'll enforce it a whole lot here in Vegas, but basically I'm gonna learn all my ins and outs of this Vegas. I'm gonna learn all the ins and outs and the secret paths and the getaways on this bike. But yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. It's smaller. It's about the size of a bicycle. It's not quite as big as a motorcycle, so I don't think it's quite as intimidating as like a motorcycle. And like some of those Ultra Bs, when they're just as big as a motorcycle, like people still look at it like a motorcycle. So probably selling Sur-Rons and Sur-Ron parts and mods and get into all that stuff. When I come down here at night, there's all kinds of people in this pickleball. People love pickleball. I don't know why, but they do. Yeah, they'll pickleball the hell out of this stuff at night. I want to do some wheelies in the grass is pretty much what I'm going to do, right? Because these tires, they're perfect for wheelies in the grass. Almost dumped it already. I think it's pretty cool though. Super cool. Enjoying it. Super cool. Super fun. I'm excited. Anyway, that's the Surron 2025 Light BX. The green machine. But yeah, that's it. Pretty cool. Hope you like it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch you guys later.